The Fernald School in Massachusetts harbors a dark secret. During the 1940s and 50s, what was supposed to be a haven for boys with learning disabilities became a site of horrific experimentation. Unaware and vulnerable, these boys were unknowingly subjected to radioactive materials in their food. Scientists, seeking to understand the body's processing of radiation, exploited these children. The revelation of these experiments incited widespread outrage and indignation. The fact that children who deserve protection and support were exposed to potentially harmful substances without their parents' consent sparked intense debates and discussions across various media platforms. 6. Henrietta Lacks and the HeLa cells. Henrietta Lacks, a black woman battling cancer in the 1950s, unknowingly became a medical marvel. During her treatment, doctors discovered her cells possessed an extraordinary ability. They thrived outside the body, a rarity at the time. These immortal cells, later named HeLa after Henrietta Lacks, became a scientific cornerstone. HeLa cells played a pivotal role in developing the polio vaccine, cancer treatments, and countless other breakthroughs, revolutionizing modern medicine. However, a glaring ethical question remains. Were doctors justified in using Henrietta's cells without her knowledge or consent? Even for such advancements, Henrietta and her family never knew her cells were being used in research around the world. This raises a complex ethical dilemma: progress versus patient rights. Henrietta Lacks' legacy has significantly influenced modern medical research and the protection of patient rights. Today, laws mandate that patients must be informed and consent prior to the use of their cells or tissues in research. Her story highlights the critical importance of bodily autonomy and the need for informed consent. 7. South Carolina irradiation experiment. In the 1960s, a disturbing experiment unfolded at the Charleston Hospital in South Carolina. Patients, predominantly African Americans, were subjected to radiation exposure without full comprehension of the proceedings. The purported aim was to study radiation's effects on the human body, particularly in advancing cancer treatments. However, those involved were unaware of the experiment's true nature, believing they were undergoing routine medical procedures rather than being test subjects. This experiment hurt the patients in a couple of big ways. Physically, being exposed to radiation can be dangerous. It can make you really sick or even cause more health problems down the line. However, there is also the hurt that results from lying, especially by doctors who you should be able to trust. These patients were used for science without their okay, and that's a big ethical no-no. It shows a lack of respect for their rights and dignity. 8. Lead poisoning studies in Baltimore. In Baltimore, researchers looked into how lead paint affects children. Lead paint is dangerous because eating or breathing in its bits or dust can make you sick. They picked homes with lead paint in Baltimore and watched the children living there to see how lead affected them. They wanted to understand how bad lead is and what amount of lead in the blood is safe. But joining the study in Baltimore hurt the children. Being around lead can cause problems like trouble learning, behaving badly, and hurting your kidneys. Getting exposed to lead during the study could cause health problems for these kids that last their whole lives.
That's a wrap, History Seekers. Catch the full story on YouTube. Thanks for watching. Peace and love.